Falcon Punch!
One of the most iconic moves in the Smash series. The move is defined by being really slow but really powerful, in addition to looking really cool and feeling really satisfying to land. But as iconic as this move is, there's just one problem. With the exception of its first appearance, Falcon Punch has always been really bad. The move is way too slow, which makes it extremely hard to land and extremely risky, meaning that the move is basically impossible to land against an experienced opponent. And out of all of its appearances, Falcon Punch was at its absolute worst in Smash 4. Captain Falcon does a big fiery punch while yelling, "It's really slow but it hits hard." You can also reverse the move, which makes it even slower but it hits even harder. Now that I've gotten the obvious out of the way, is there anything positive worth noting about this move? You can't SDI it, which is exclusive to this game. That's good, I guess. Yeah, that's it. This move is terrible, and I will now explain why this move is so bad in Smash 4 in particular. Let's start off with the move's most obvious problem. It is very slow. The move takes nearly a full second to come out at 53 frames, which is of course way too slow. This makes the move extremely difficult to land. The opponent has all the time in the world to not get hit by Falcon Punch and then punish Falcon in one way or another, and you of course can't combo into Falcon Punch in any practical scenario. This is to be expected, the move has been this slow since Brawl. But here's the kicker with the Smash 4 version. The move has 109 total frames, making the move laggier than in any other Smash game.
Yes.
It takes Captain Falcon almost 2 seconds to complete his Falcon Punch. If you short hop Falcon Punch off stage, you are literally dead.
Straight up.
This extreme ending lag is very terrible, and it actually makes the move terribly unsafe. The move is of course extremely easy to whiff punish, easier than in any other game, and it is terrible on shield as well. The move is minus 39 on shield, which can naturally lead to a really big punish. The move has some pushback on shield, but not nearly enough to prevent an easy punish from your opponent. Even Luigi can punish this move pretty easily, and that's just whack. But if you thought that was bad enough, it gets worse. If you power shield Falcon Punch, the move becomes 5 frames worse on shield, allowing you to get an even bigger punish along with other power shield factors. And because Falcon Punch takes an eternity to come out, you can power shield it on reaction easily. You can of course reverse Falcon Punch, but that makes the move 8 frames slower, giving your opponent 8 more frames to avoid the move and destroy you for thinking that reverse Falcon Punch was a good idea. It is slightly less bad on shield though. Yay! And just as a fun tidbit, Falcon Punch used to be even worse on shield in earlier versions of the game. The move was originally in the mid -50s on shield compared to -39, which led into even easier and bigger punishes. Heck! Even Falcon Punch itself was a punish on power shield. The move was completely identical on paper in earlier versions of the game, but shields were originally different, and Falcon Punch suffered pretty horribly from the old shield physics. It did become considerably less awful in shield when shields were changed, but -39 is still very dire to say the least. You might now be thinking, you're telling me that Falcon Punch was slow? Water is wet, grass is green, Falcon Punch is slow.
We know that, you fool!
Falcon Punch is supposed to be slow because it is really strong. And that brings me to my next point. Falcon Punch is strong in Smash 4 as you would obviously expect, but there is a catch. It isn't as strong as you would hope. In the middle of Final Destination, Falcon Punch KOs Mario as early as 80%. 80%? That is extremely late for a Falcon Punch. To give you an idea of the disparity between the move in Smash 4 and other games, in Ultimate, Falcon Punch KOs Mario at 54% in this scenario. And that is the second weakest iteration of Falcon Punch. Nah, this is wild. To give you some Smash 4 examples of how underwhelming Falcon Punch is, this is Bowser's Frame 22 F Smash. This move is over half a second faster than Falcon Punch. And this is Marth's Frame 10 Tipper F Smash. I think you can see the problem here. Falcon Punch is an extremely slow and extremely punishable move which is weaker than moves which are a fraction of its speed. I have so many questions. But if you think Falcon Punch barely KOing at 80% is bad enough, that value is ignoring DI. DI allows you to live Falcon Punch for a bit longer, and Falcon Punch is extremely easy to DI. Outside of the move being extremely slow on its own, Falcon Punch has a ton of hit lag, allowing you to DI Falcon Punch on reaction very easily. You should be able to DI Falcon Punch every single time, and that only makes the move's KO power even less impressive. Additionally, Falcon Punch KOs aerial opponents later regardless of DI. So that's another thing to keep in mind. With all that being said, how does Falcon Punch compare to the rest of Falcon's kit in terms of its KO power? The answer is not very favourably. Falcon's uncharged forward smash isn't that much weaker than a Falcon Punch, and that is a frame 19 option. The real kicker, however, is that Falcon can charge his forward smash around halfway and it'll KO considerably earlier than a Falcon Punch, while still being faster.
Bruh.
If you thought that was already bad enough, it gets worse for Falcon Punch. We all know Falcon's knee.
I don't.
It is another one of Falcon's most iconic moves. Do you want to know the difference in KO power between knee and Falcon Punch when Mario is in the middle of Final Destination? It's 3%. The difference in KO power between Falcon Punch and Falcon's knee, which takes less than a quarter of the time to come out, is 3%. That is just... Oh wait! When you take DI into account, it is only a 2% difference. And when the opponent's in the air, knee is just flat out stronger. What do I even say? I don't even know how to explain how baffling this is. In Brawl, the game where Falcon is bottom tier, knee has the exact same amount of strength while Falcon Punch can KO well over 30% earlier, in addition to being a less laggy move with more range. In Smash 4, Falcon Punch is barely stronger or flat out weaker than knee depending on the scenario. And I haven't even mentioned the fact that Falcon can perform a landing up air into a knee as a true combo, which KOs significantly earlier than a Falcon Punch. If you can Falcon Punch, you can easily short knee or short landing up air knee. Let's just move on. Everything I have talked about regarding Falcon Punch's power applies to the normal grounded version, so what about the other versions? Well, the grounded reverse version is stronger. This version, which takes over a second to come out, deals 3% more damage and it KOs Mario at 67%. That is an improvement, but that's still later than Bowser's frame 22 F Smash. Falcon can also charge his F Smash 2/3 of the way there, which will KO sooner than a reverse Falcon Punch, and the F Smash still comes out faster. What a worthwhile move this Falcon Punch is, Sakurai. And then you have Aerial Falcon Punch, which is weaker than the grounded version. Both aerial versions deal 3% less damage, and the normal aerial version doesn't KO Mario until he's over 95%. That becomes over 100% if Mario DIs, or if he is in the air. Falcon is the same character who has a frame 14 area which KOs at 83% by the way. The more I look at this move, the more it absolutely baffles me, and this final thing I'm going to talk about is going to continue that trend. So Falcon Punch is extremely slow and surprisingly weak for how slow it is. The move is so laggy and so weak in fact that if you land a Falcon Punch at lower percents, Falcon is left at a significant frame disadvantage on hit. If you land a Falcon Punch on an opponent at 0% for whatever reason, the opponent recovers over half a second faster than you do, allowing them to easily hit you with a significant punish on hit. Captain Falcon can successfully land a Falcon Punch, and then he can be punished by a move which is stronger than his Falcon Punch. Or he can eat a combo which deals significantly more damage than his Falcon Punch. And it gets even better! If you get hit by the move while crouching, you recover significantly faster, allowing for even bigger punishes. And shorter characters can flat out crouch under the move. I am in complete disbelief of how this man and this company put this move in this game, and he didn't think a single time that maybe, just maybe, that this move was too weak. I will never understand this man. So, Falcon Punch is ridiculously slow and it isn't even all that strong for how slow it is. So what uses does Falcon Punch have? Well, outside of an extremely niche punish in situations the opponent really shouldn't be putting themselves into, it's pretty much useless. Falcon Punch is too slow and it is too weak for how slow it is. In almost every scenario where Falcon can punish with a Falcon Punch, he has stronger and faster punishes. Even if Falcon is in a scenario where he can easily land a Falcon Punch, he has much more optimal punish options. The only reason you would ever use a Falcon Punch is to look cool and feel good about yourself, if you manage to land it and it actually kills. Winning a game with Falcon Punch is ballsy and it might make people respect you, but this is an extreme risk for a reward that simply isn't high enough. At least in the game. Especially when you have access to lower risk and higher reward options. But if you do land that Falcon Punch and win in front of a crowd, at least you'll feel good and get respect. Overall, Falcon Punch in Smash 4 is absolutely terrible. Falcon Punch has almost always been a style over substance move, but in Smash 4, it is truly all style and no substance. The move is not only the slowest it has ever been, but it is also the weakest it has ever been, making the move downright useless. Falcon Punch kept getting slower and weaker for each new game, and Smash 4 was the culmination of that. The Smash 4 version has the highest risk and the lowest reward, which, considering the fact that Falcon Punch has always been one of the riskiest moves to use, that's just crazy. Ultimate may have finally broken that trend, but I will forever remember how dirty they did Falcon Punch in Smash 4.
Thanks for watching.
Guys,
Just smash the like button, comment and subscribe.